Okay, matrix multiplication. So whenever you are multiplying matrices, first of all, you have to check if you can even do it at all. And so you have to do that with the dimensions. So this matrix has 2 rows and 2 columns, so it's a 2 by 2. This matrix also has 2 rows and 2 columns, so it is also a 2 by 2. Okay, order matters. Order matters on multiplication. So this times this. Okay, you check these middle numbers. If you want to be technical, the columns of the first matrix has to equal the rows of the second matrix. But if you just write it in order, it's these middle numbers. So these are both a 2. So yes, I can multiply these. Now, it's nice because the other numbers tell you the dimensions of the new matrix, which is like the next thing you would want to know if you're doing this by hand, which you are. So the rows of the first matrix and the columns of the last matrix are going to be the dimensions of your answer. So this is nice because that's how I know like what these blanks are going to be. So like on those notes, I drew blanks. So this is going to have 2 rows and 2 columns. So like 2 rows and then 2 columns. That's going to be like 4 total elements. Remember, the elements are just like the numbers or the entries in a matrix. Okay, but when you multiply, you're going to have a lot going on here. That's why I draw these big blanks. So the address of these blanks tells you exactly how to multiply. So let me show you. Remember RC Cola. Always rows and then columns. The first matrix is used for its rows, and the rows only. The second matrix is used for its columns. Okay, so whatever blank I'm looking at, whatever answer I'm trying to get, the address of that spot is what I'm going to use. So notice how up here, this top row, that would be like row 1, and this row, that would be like row 2. And then in our column matrix, this first one, this is column 1 and then column 2. So that's why I was writing those little things below it. So the address of this spot in this new 2 by 2 matrix, this would be in row 1, column 1. So that tells me exactly what I'm going to multiply, okay? And so you kind of alternate. So I'm going to start with the first element in each row and column. So row 1, the first element would be a 0. Multiply that to the first element in that column, column 1. So 0 times 6. And then you just have to do this however many times, like as many numbers you have. So then I have a 2 times this 3. Okay, so the second element in this row and then the second element in this column. So, and then every time you multiply numbers, you add them. You always add the products together. And then that's just how you fill in every blank. So the the address of this blank, this is still in row 1, but now we're in column 2. Sorry, I still can't breathe normally. Okay, so row 1 again, 0 and 2, column 2, -6 and 0. So I'm going to do 0 times -6, and then add it to 2 times 0. So you just go down the line like that. Okay, so this blank is row 2, column 1. Okay, that's the address of this spot right here. So row 2 times column 1. So -2 times 6 plus -5 times 3. And you're going to have to be careful with your signs here. Okay, last one. This is in row 2, and now we're in column 2. So I'm going to multiply row 2 with column 2. So that's -2 times -6, and then add that to -5 times 0. Anytime I have a negative, I like to put parentheses around that. Really, I'm kind of putting parentheses around everything, but... Okay, so then after you do that, all you have to do is like multiply and add everything together. So this would be 0 plus 6, so that's 6. This would be 0 plus 0, so that's 0. This is -12 minus 15, so that'd be -27. I guess. I don't know. This would be positive 12 plus 0, so 12. And that's it. That's all you have to do. This is the hardest part, is like knowing what to multiply. But then after that, you just, multiply and add together, and that's your answer.